Hear ye, hear ye. Yeah, it's Terry Henderson, Peden, attorney at law. This is Parole Attorney TV. I work for the Law Group of THP, and today I want to give y'all some etiquette and some information that can help you and help your family member that's trying to make parole, okay? And particularly, I'm gonna give you some good ism, some do's and some don'ts on anybody who is coming and wants to participate in a parole hearing and offer support. And particularly, I'm saying you want to come to the parole hearing and you want to talk to the parole board along with your attorney. I understand, my firm, we understand the importance and the desire of family members and loved ones to want to participate, especially if you pay money and you truly, honestly believe in, this person getting another chance in society. I get that, but structure is necessary because the same way that your testimony or your whatever, just testimony for lack of a better word, the same way that can help, it can also hurt, and basically, take somebody's chances away from making parole. So, with that said, let's start with the do's. First do's: be early, okay? You never want to be late anything involving the legal system. You want to get there early, be able to settle in, calm down, drink you some water, stop sweating, breathe, relax, get your get that in control. You know what I'm saying? I know people be super nervous, especially leading up to the parole hearing. It's gonna be cool, but you want to get there and settle in, become aware, kind of get a vibe for what's the environment here, how are people moving, and just settle in so that way you're not operating out of just pure nervousness. And also, I'm running in the door and I'm late. That's usually never a good formula for success. Next, this is huge. I know this is something that we do with our clients and their families, but you need to huddle up before you muddle up. What you mean by that? What I'm saying is you need to get with your attorney, and if you don't know what to say, we need to give you some advice on what to say. Kind of give you, we work with you on this case. We've gotten to know your family member. So we kind of already understand the strengths and weaknesses of how we coming at the board and how, what aspects of the case and this person we're highlighting and other things we're mitigating. Okay, right? But we need to get you on board with that so that you aren't going in there and basically shooting us in the foot, okay? Boom. Express remorse to the victim. Not a pun on top of a pun, but don't go in there and beat a dead horse. You want to make this is a very human experience, right? The parole board already understands the fact that this person is in prison. They have all of their legal information, things that not even the inmate can see about themselves. They have access to that. So they know this person's criminal history and the facts and circumstances of the case, right? But it's always a good thing. And I think that if you're being sincere and you got some sense that, if a person was out here armed robbing, you should have a sense of remorse. Yeah, you want your family member home, but just to be human about this whole thing, somebody else got robbed at gunpoint. That's traumatizing, right? Or, just whatever it is, or even if it's just against society and not so much against a victim. The victim could be somebody in the family in terms of maybe not that person being touched or molested or anything like that, but I'm saying in terms of, the disappointment that this person's action have caused their mother, and for the mother to have to know I raised my son a certain way and this child still made choices and decisions that cost them a life sentence, It could be so many different things, but you want to express remorse, you express that, boom, move on to the next things that you got to say. The next thing, and what I'm saying is you want to speak towards transformation. I think that it's a huge talking point, right? And I think that should kind of predominate the conversation in terms of who was this person and who is this person today. And again, I know I'm speaking to the family members and support, but y'all relay this message to the inmates. You got to give us some ammunition, right? You got to give us something to work with. If you've been sitting down there on the cell phone trying to be El Chapo from the cell, you see what I'm saying? But you ain't got no programs, you ain't got no skills, what you want me to do? You understand what I'm saying? So you want to speak towards that transformation, and a lot of times people, he went down there, he was 19, was running around here pistol starting. Now he's middle-aged, you know what I'm saying? He a devout Muslim, you know what I'm saying? He got skills, trades, college degrees, all of that. Yeah, speak towards that. You knew this person your whole life, that was your brother. So now speak to who your brother is today, and let them see the change and the things that you've seen, even maybe among the time that they've been in prison. When they first came down, it was a bunch of drama, and now they're a totally different person. So anyway, speak to transformation. Less is more. You want to keep this thing, your contribution doesn't need to be any more than about 3 minutes, unless they're asking you questions. And then even with that, keep it simple. People get nervous and you start just saying anything. So just keep this thing to a minimum. And also, if you got, the last one of the dudes, if you got, speak to their plans. So if you're involved with their home and job plan and things like that directly, or maybe even just from, maybe you're the spokesperson for the family members and for the whole team that's bringing this person back home, you want to speak towards those things: home plan, job plan, support, community service, community assistance, and kind of just building that network for a person, that safety net for a person. And now let's get into some don'ts, because it's very important. Yeah, that was all the good stuff, right? But now I want you to understand what I don't need you to do in this parole hearing. Shoot yourself in the foot 101. Don't go in there and click on the parole board. I know you feel the type of way. John that got set off 6 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? John ain't had no disciplinaries in a long time. But you know what? This might be his year. So don't go in there and tell the parole board how lousy of a job they doing, or whoop-de-whoop-whoop. Like, that's not going to do it. The next one, I kind of touched on this earlier, but don't go in there and argue actual innocence. So when you talking with me as the attorney and I'm kind of lacing you up on what you need to be emphasizing and what you kind of need to stay away from, don't pull no don't keep that don't keep no surprises. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and flesh out everything I want you to say. And again, with ammunition, as your attorney, facts, circumstances, affidavits, newly discovered evidence, private investigative reports, psychological analysis, all those things help. That's big ammunition. You know what I mean? Trial transcripts, big ammunition. What else you want? Appellate records, big. Habeas corpus, big ammunition. You know what I mean? Favorable mistrials. Just all of that stuff is good. But unless we have that, we can't go in there and argue actual innocence, because they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that shit. If from their perspective, you don't got something like that, then they just looking at you like, well, you're not even remorseful yet. You haven't even acknowledged your wrongdoings yet. And I'm not here to condemn you and tell me that's true or not true, but I'm saying you hired me to get you home. You see what I'm saying? If I want to go be a freedom fighter, a Black Panther, and all that other type of stuff, I could do that on my own dime. But you hired me to bring you home. So I'm not going to go in here and go against the grain and I got a butter knife. Okay? So I need some ammunition. I need the Yapski. You see what I'm saying? And lastly, don't get too religious. Look, you got God, and what else? And I'm about to leave y'all with this, but faith without works is dead. You know what I'm saying? So, if John ain't been doing nothing, he ain't got no skills, he ain't done no work, he still got 10 more years of time, and you asking for him to go home right now, y'all need to get on a three-way call with God. You need to listen so God can tell you this. You know what I'm saying? You need to get your telling in program. Anywho, God bless y'all. Thank you for listening. Terry Henderson, Peden, parole attorney, TV, and I work for the Law Group of THP. Peace. Talk to you soon.